Hey, what's up everybody? It is Paul Motley here, and this time we're going to have a look at something called matched betting from Profit Accumulator. Now, before you go and run for the hills, we're not talking about gambling here, because at the end of the day, I hate to gamble. So I would rather go for something that I know I can win and I know that I can profit from. So this is going to explain how this whole thing works with the matched betting, and I'm going to get right to it and how you can actually do it with Profit Accumulator as well, right after the credits. So we are back. We are on the Profit Accumulator website, and we want to know about how you can actually make money online using matched betting. Now again, I hate to use that phrase betting, because essentially we're not actually gambling. Now this guy here put this company together, and I'm going to just let him tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to show you exactly how this thing works in my mind and how you can actually earn money by doing it. So let's just roll the tape.
Hi, I'm Sam, CEO and founder of Profit Accumulator. What is Profit Accumulator? Well, we teach people how they can make some extra money doing something called matched betting. Now, this isn't gambling, because when you do it correctly, you can't lose. And if you don't believe me, how about the Telegraph, Daily Mail, The Guardian, The Sun, Vice, Money Saving Expert, all major websites that have covered matched betting. So let me explain how it works. Like any business, bookmakers try to attract new customers using promotions, and the main way they do this is by using free bets and bonuses, and we can take advantage of these bonuses to make a profit. So let's say that, for example, a major high street bookmaker like William Hill or Coral or Ladbrokes are offering a £50 bonus to new customers. So we sign up and we might place a £50 bet on a coin toss landing on heads, and a £50 bet on the same coin toss landing on tails. Whichever way it lands, it doesn't matter. You won't win any money, but you won't lose any either, because you've covered all possible outcomes. But you then get the £50 bonus, so you're £50 up.
All right, so thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of how I expect this whole thing to work, and I'm going to do a little diary on that as well. But let's get back to the video now so that Sam can actually explain how he puts it, and then afterwards I'm going to show you how I understand it and how the actual thing works, because obviously this is a corporate video, which is great, and it's super important that they have something which is fairly simple, but I want to actually put it down so you can understand how it actually works inside of Profit Accumulator itself. So back to the video now, and I will catch you at the end.
Now, a lot of people have tried match betting on their own, but the issue is finding all of the available bonuses can be extremely time consuming, because there are literally hundreds of them available, and the strategy to turn them into cash can be completely different from one bonus to another. It's really important that you've got the correct strategy in order for it to be safe. That's where Profit Accumulator comes in. Even if you've never placed a bet before, even if you know nothing about sports, it doesn't matter, because we literally walk you through every available bonus step by step, teaching you how to turn it into cash in your bank account. We have calculators, we have software, we have video tutorials, we even have a mobile app. We have everything you need to make the process as easy as possible. And if you're thinking right now this seems too good to be true, think again. Take a look at the hundreds of 5-star reviews we have on Trustpilot, or pick up the phone and give us a call. We've been operating for years and have serviced over 100,000 paying customers. Matched betting isn't going to make you rich, and the majority of our customers just use it as a way to make some extra money every month. But we do have some members that have made tens of thousands of pounds over an extended period of time. So if this sounds good to you, then get involved. Create a free account today and start learning how to beat the bookies.
Now, before we get actually inside of this thing and figure out how this whole thing works, it's important to recognize what the terms are being used. So quite often when you go and place a bet, you are betting on a result to go in your favor. So if we think about football, for example, a team can either win or lose or draw. Okay, so we're talking about if we're going to bet on something, we are betting on the result being a win in this example. Okay, now we can do what we call lay the bet, which means we are actually betting against this. So we want a loss or a draw. Okay, so that's how it kind of works. Now what they do inside of Profit Accumulator is they try and find different bookies or different places where you can place a bet where you will get very similar odds, whether it be a win or whether it be a lose or a draw. So whether you are betting on it or you are laying on it, and often it tends to be different companies. Now you might argue, well, what's the point in that if it's going to be so tight together? Because very often there's not an opportunity to actually do what we call arbitrage, where you're going to gain one way or both ways. Okay, so how does it work? Well, let's say we put the £10 here, but we've also managed to put the equivalent here. So our exposure is only £10. I say exposure because let's face it, if we were just putting £10 here, £10 here, it kind of wouldn't work, right? Because these odds tend to be a little bit different, but we'll go into that. So what we've got is we've got this and we've got that. But of course, if it comes out, then you place this bet and you've effectively earned nothing. But this is where the magic comes in, because a lot of times those companies where you're going and placing the bets are going to offer or do offer some kind of free bonus. And quite often it tends to be in a monetary value. So it might be that if we bet the £10, then they might actually give us £20 for a free bonus. Okay. And then all we do is we go back again. And this time we're looking at it. Let's change that up so it makes sense. Hang on. We're going to change that up. This time we get to play with the free bonus money. Now, the way that it's set up inside a Profit Accumulator, it means that no matter which way the bet goes, you actually end up winning, because then the odds are more in your favor. So does that make sense? I hope it does. But let's get back to how it all works inside of Profit Accumulator. So this is actually just one of their tools that they use actually inside. But I'm using the betting calculator to start with, just to show you exactly kind of like how things work to begin with. So if we went back to our regular example, we are talking about putting a normal bet on, and we don't want to go advanced. So we say that we want to put on £10, and let's say our backing odds are, let's say it's 5%. There we go. Now, if we're saying that, then quite often it tends to be very close to it. If we're lucky, we can get something here. So this is how it's going to work. Odds of 5 to 1, you get that. Your liability has got to be that. Okay, so this basically means your match betting is very close to it. And that's where the cool thing comes in, because we have not actually lost that much, because if you remember, we got that free bonus to start with. So now if we're thinking, right, okay, well, by placing that bet for £10, that company has given us actually £20 in a free bet. So we're going to do this again, and this time we're going to put it in here, and there we go. Now it's changed. So we have, if we win, then it basically means that we're actually going to win no matter what by £15.36. Now, it might not sound an awful lot because of how much you're having to put on at the time, but if you remember, we were using free money because we were using the money that the bookies actually gave us in the first place to place the second bet with, okay? And that is where the magic happens. And that is why you could do this once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times a day if you really wanted to. But of course, it is based on the actual sporting events. So, for example, the worst thing you can do is bet on or use this system to put something on that's going to happen weeks from now. So you want to make sure if a match, let's say you were using football and the match happened on a Saturday, then you want to do it on the Friday so that you don't have too much to wait, or even the same day if it's possible and it still works inside of their calculators. But I think this is such a cool proposition, and at the end of the day, it's a free way to make money, so you might as well give it a shot. Now, I'm going to include a link below this video where you can actually go and get yourself a free account, okay? They do have paid versions too, but it's not very expensive. I think like the biggest platform they have is like £150 per year, which next to nothing, because if you remember, even just by placing one bet, and you're going to get that 15 in this example, okay, you only need to make 10 bets in the year to make your money back. So there's a good opportunity there to actually earn £200, £300, £400 every single month, not breaking the bank here, but it is a cool way to do it. And of course, it all adds up. Maybe it will pay your car payment. Maybe it will buy the shopping. Who knows? But at the end of the day, this thing looks like it's a winner, and I'm going to share my experiences with it in the next coming weeks.